you do for your GP training, you do 18 months of hospital jobs and you do 18 months of GP jobs.
One of the best things about the training scheme in Hull is the hospital jobs that you do as a trainee. So A&E, palliative care, psychiatry, they're all jobs that are really useful for GP, and not all sort of GP training schemes do the same jobs.
So I had 4 months in respiratory medicine, 4 months in mental health, 4 months in elderly, then I did 6 months in A&E.
You're in the deep end from day one, and I think that's the best thing for it.
The training scheme's good. I think it helps that it's actually fairly small, so you get to know your peers quite well, and you get to know the training program directors and the administrators quite readily, so it feels quite a close-knit group. So if you have any issues, you can go and speak to someone and they know you, which I think maybe in larger training schemes that sometimes falls by the wayside.
Yeah, so positive, well organised. They like you to ask questions if you're stuck.
When you're in teaching with all the other GP registrars, it's a really great opportunity to talk about things that you're finding difficult at work, things that you're enjoying, how you're getting about sort of revising for your exams. So yeah, you do form really close friendships with most of your colleagues.
Bit of a trade secret, so a lot of the trainees will kind of pick friends in their own year group who are maybe studying for their exams, and then they'll take some case studies away and they'll go through them and practice with each other and sort of see and give each other feedback of being role playing between the doctor and the patient as a preparation for the exam.
So yeah, I've made lots of friends with other GP trainees and with other core medical trainees and core surgical trainees during my hospital placements. That was one of my big concerns whenever you move to primary care, how isolated you're going to be. However, I find that there is just a different team here. It's not really isolating at all.
So I think the best thing of being a GP is about getting to know your patient. In a way, you can actually look at it in a way like having a bigger family, because you tend to see the same people all the time.
The best thing about being a GP is the ability to influence, and make a difference locally. So you're obviously in the community rather than in the hospital. So you get out and about and you meet the local people and get the feel of it. And then I think not only that you get the ability to sort of see patients when they're unwell and make them better, and then see them at the end of that. So that kind of continuity and feeling like you've kind of made a difference is the reason I wanted to go into it really in the first place.
I think just seeing a wide range of the population and seeing how different diseases affect different people in society differently, and it's having the skills to tailor your consultation and your management of patients depending on sort of their social life. I think that's really interesting.
So I think we as a GP have the privilege to get to know our patient really well and also manage them effectively by combining both patient perspective and biomedical perspective together to really get a better outcome.
I think the biggest challenge in being the GP is also the one that gives you the most amount of satisfaction, and that is the variety, not knowing who's coming in. It challenges you personally with some of the problems people have, but also it challenges intellectually, academically, keeping up on top with the latest changes, because it's changing all the time.
The challenge is also one of the positives as well, in that there's such a variety. You don't know what your patient's coming in with. You may not necessarily know what the problem is. You have to use a bit of time. You have to maybe do some more investigations and sort of communicating that to the patient. I don't quite know what this is at the moment, but let's do this. Let's get a few more bits of the jigsaw puzzle.
I think the biggest challenge for being a GP is the demand on the service. And as you know, obviously there's always stuff on the news about the NHS with a lot of demands, and being GP being the first point of contact is the pressures on GP.
You, as being a trainee, you're very supported. I've been very lucky, and I'm in a very nurturing kind of practice that looks after its trainees. So you're supported from your GP trainers to reception to a secretary there is always somebody around that will know will know the answer to the question that you've got, and if they don't know, then we put our heads together and come up with an answer.
I feel really supported in this placement. We have lots of people that we can ask, be that other GPs, be that other nurse practitioners who maybe work more with the social side of it as well, so they can...
You know, you get the cliche, you know, patients come in and say, you know, just to say thank you because you've referred them for something or you've done something that's helped them, and it's just such a lovely consultation when you see someone who, you know, you see them the first time, they may be quite anxious or upset or obviously troubled by whatever they've come in with, and then you see them again a few weeks later and you notice what a change there is. So yeah, definitely rewarding.
Yeah, again, you know, you like I said, when a patient says that's worked great, I'll have a bit more of that. Oh, you've completely solved my problem there, doctor, but no, I'm coming with this problem. You know, I find that really rewarding.
Why be a GP in East Yorkshire? Well,
I think I'd recommend the area first of all, because it's a pleasant place to live. House prices aren't too bad. It's friendly.
Go walking easily in the Wolds, go up to the Merge, you've got the beaches, you've got good surfing in Scarborough, you can go cycling wherever you want. As I said before, it's a pretty good value city, so you can get, well, lots for your money.
You quickly get to know the area in terms of the local practices and the training scheme's quite close-knit.
So I really like that kind of small town type feeling, even though it's in a big city.
I think, and as an area, again, it's really accessible, so...
You've got great links, you can easily get to Doncaster Airport, Leeds Airport, trains to London are really quick.
I would encourage a lot of people really just to test the waters by even coming to Hull, just take a trip to Hull and see what they think. The people are very nice, from my experience. So yeah, I would encourage them to stay, one, because of the program, two, because of the upcoming city, and three, because of the less financial pressure you have compared to other big cities.
Try it, because I think, you know, I've been really happy here, settled down and you know, bought property relatively reasonably priced, got nice countryside, pleasant sort of country walks, a bit of everything close to the coast. The wage is relatively good comparatively to other parts of the UK in terms of general practice, and everyone's very friendly, so yeah, go for it.
I specialise in general practice.
I specialise in general practice.
I specialise in general practice.
So I specialise in general practice.
I specialise in general practice.